First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Newman. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st and 10, Newman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
2nd and 13. Going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 78 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Newman. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Ready. Mike 54. I'm on. Kill.
On 1st down, Newman. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run. It's Henry. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. The big back Derrick Henry held out of the end zone. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Montgomery, and shutting him off, now open field. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 98 yards as the Bears push further out in front. And that carry of 98 yards is now tied for the second longest in NFL history.
Amon Green did it, I believe, in 2003 when he was playing for Green Bay.
Against the Broncos, I think.
And just face it, no matter who was running the ball, for that distance, give them some oxygen as well as the touchdown. What a play.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Second down and inches. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Newman. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Draw play. This is Henry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards, the final tally. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. 2nd and long. And that is incomplete here. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Johnson was the intended receiver. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 15-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken very short.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off play action. Newman. He's going to let this go. Back of the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Bucks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No problem there on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Bucks take over 1st and 10. Let's go. 25-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A final shot before break. Newman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run Montgomery, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Lawrence Guy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll look to set up his blockers. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Newman. He's got Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Newman. And some space here. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Montgomery, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Bears 42, Buccaneers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. To throw on second down. Newman airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Newman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. On the return is Cohen. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
It's now third down and 3.
Let's go. 60 out low. Mike 5-4. Hey, pick it up, defense. 3.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bucks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Newman. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
This is caught inside the 15, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point safely through, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Zip it. Right there. 54. Right there.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Three yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check safety.
Looking to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
So don't say nothing.
2nd and 5. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jimmy Graham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
56. Buccaneers, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 men, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Back to throw. Newman. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Looking to throw. Newman. And that is incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that